Hi guys, so I received this word yesterday, and it was so beautiful because I was just like, wow. And today I got additional details about it. Okay. So last night I heard the Holy Spirit whisper, I love you. He said, I love you. But let me tell you something. When God tells people, or I can only speak for myself, but when God says I love you, I get this feeling in my stomach. I get this beautiful feeling, you know what I mean, from God. And it's a certain type of feeling. But the way he said it last night, it was like he was speaking on someone's behalf. Because when I felt it, it felt like a romantic type of love. Like, I love you romantically. And I'm like, okay, this is about love. And how I know is because after I felt that, like I felt the flutter in my heart and flutter in my stomach. I'm like, okay, this is love, type of love. That type of I love you. Like this is like romantic love. I love you, right? So when I went to go lay down, I then heard I miss you. And I'm like, okay, this is definitely love. So I waited. So in the video that I mentioned today where I said I have another word, I was going to wait for tomorrow to post it, unless it wasn't that urgent, unless I'm nudged to post it. I'm just going to post it. This is it. Like, I got additional details today relating to it. So for confirmation. So someone is extremely in love with you. Okay? Madly in love with you. God confirmed he's advocating on someone's behalf. So this is someone's kingdom husband really loves you. Okay? And this person, this kingdom husband really misses you. Really misses you. Okay? Now, here's how you'll know this word is for you. You guys are currently separated right now, but it's through God's will, right? Because it's not the right time for you guys to come together right now because there's heavy witchcraft interference. And the reason why I said here's how you'll know it's your word is because you do feel the interference. You can feel that it's almost like you've surrendered completely to God about your connection, about your relationship. But during the surrendering period, it's almost like you feel someone trying to mess with your heart. It's almost like there's something going on that's trying to make you deter away from your kingdom husband. Even though it's not working, it's almost like something's trying to get you to deter away from him. It's almost like I've surrendered to God about the situation. I'm not as excited about it no more. I don't care about it no more. And it almost feels like I'm losing love for the situation. But you're not. You're not. How do you know that you're not? Because you know that there's interference. And every time you pray against the interference, it's almost like you feel the love in your heart for this person again. So that's how you know. And this is a lesson for a lot of people. That's how you'll know if witchcraft is involved. Because if you ever feel like you're losing love for the person or you don't care about the relationship anymore, but you pray and ask God to clear away any attacks or any interference, and then you feel the love coming back, that's how you know that there was a separation spell and a love spell that was done to deter you guys from each other. So it almost felt like a numb feeling, as in like you just feel numb about the situation. It's like you're not excited about it anymore. You don't care about it anymore. You just left it in God's hands. But here's the difference between surrendering and leaving something to God and not caring. When you surrender and leave something to God, the love is still there. You're still excited for it, but you're not, idolizing it. But the excitement's still there. The love is still, everything is still the same. The difference is that you're not as eager for it and you're not bugging God all the time about it, right? But the love and everything is still there. Compared to you left it all in God's hands, but you don't care about it. You're not excited about it. You feel like you're deterring away from it. That's when you know there's an interference. And like I said, when you pray and ask God to break any type of strongholds or any type of afflictions between the connection between you guys, and you know, if you ask God to remove any separation or love spells and you pray against it and the love comes back, that's how you know there was someone that was trying to mess with your heart and mess with your partner's heart in hopes to deter you guys away from each other. Because the separation, listen, everyone's situation is not the same. And when it comes to kingdom marriage, I tell you guys all the time, a kingdom marriage is very unique. Okay? It's very unique. As in, these two people, one, they have gifts. These two people use their gifts together, and these two people are supposed to, their purpose is connected, and they're supposed to be fulfilling an assignment together for God's kingdom. And this is why kingdom marriages are mostly attacked from the enemy, because the assignment that these two individuals have is related to something for God's kingdom. So it's ministry. It could be anything related to ministry. It's just big. Like, the purpose they have together as a couple is big, and it revolves around them using their gifts that God has given them, whether it's prophesying, ministering, tongues, deliverance. Like, both parties have to use their gifts together. So the devil really hates that, right? So oftentimes when there's a kingdom marriage that revolves around this, most of the times God will prep both of these individuals separately before they come together. There's a lot of healing that has to be done. Curses have to be broken. Cycles have to be broken. They're not going to be perfect when they come together. There's still going to be ups and downs, but at least they're equipped. They're equipped to fight warfare together, because now they both have the understanding, and now they have both gone through individual training. So when they come together now, it's almost like they can cover each other to God's standards, which means like there's no divorce, which means that both know how to pray and cover each other. Do you see what I'm saying? So God prepares kingdom marriages very like strictly, before they come together. So sometimes two people love each other so much and they want to be together so much, but God will tell the wife it's not time, and God will tell the husband it's not time, based on training, based on where they are in their life, and based on, what God needs them to do, based on their individual assignments that end up connecting to one assignment, right? So sometimes that's what happens. Like in this specific case, there's a lot of witchcraft, and there's things that have to be cleared away on both sides. And in the midst of you guys being trained for this, my arm was starting to get hot, like warm, like the Holy Spirit was just like, wow. And it's just one side of my arm is just really hot, like really warm. So in the midst of this, it's like, of the training, it's like both parties miss each other, love each other so much, but there's a lot of fighting. So the husband would have to like get things together, prep, like get his like things in order, resources, training, clearing away anything he's battling. Same with the wife. She's prepping to be a Proverbs wife. He's prepping to be, a Proverbs man. Like, so God is prepping both. Yes, but like I said, in between the training, there's always like interferences and stuff, whether it's the exes, whether it's the witches and warlocks in the family, there's interferences. So sometimes one party is stronger than the other, one party's covering the other. And I will say this about kingdom marriages: when one person's under attack, the other party can feel it. Y'all could probably even like be speaking to each other in a spirit and covering each other in the spirit while this is happening. But sometimes there's interferences and blockages where y'all can't hear each other clearly in the spirit because of the witchcraft being done. So God will have to come in, and sometimes, dreams are interfered with. A lot of that happens, and then sometimes you go into confusion, whether you're like, okay, God, I'm not hearing anything about what's going on with my situation. Like, is the prophecy still there? And then you have to go into a fast and get the confirmation from God. But I'm just giving you guys examples. But in this particular case, it's witchcraft that was involved that had you confused, wondering if the person still loves you, if the person still cares, if things are still put in place for y'all to be together, or if the person completely just changed their mind. Not me touching my car to make sure the heater ain't on. No, that's completely the Holy Spirit. I I have the AC on. I have a whole AC on in here. I'm here touching the vents in the car, like, okay. I'm like, yeah, it's God, because my whole arm is warm. Like, the AC's on. Everywhere else in the car is cold, but my whole side right here is warm. I know it's the Holy Spirit. Oh my gosh, because I always feel that warmness when I'm in my room. So I'm like, okay, but it's so noticeable. Like, it's because most of the times I'm laying down on my bed, so it's noticeable because you're staying still, right? But when you're driving and you're moving around throughout the day, sometimes it's hard to like notice it unless like you're really standing still. But it's so noticeable because right now, because the AC is on. So I'm like, okay, so you know when there's something like warm if the AC is on, right? So anyways, so because yeah, y'all, in this case, that, you know, it's witchcraft involved, and you may have been questioning things because you're not really seeing anything that's still kind of indicating things are still intact. So your question, does a person still love me? Like, do they, you know, things are okay? Do they move on? Like, do they, like, you're questioning this stuff because you may not even be hearing much about them in the spirit anymore because of the blockages and all what's going on, right? But the person still loves you. They love you and they miss you. So I got the message last night. They love you and they miss you. I'm telling you, because when I heard that I love you, when Holy Spirit tells me he loves me, it's like a mother, father, I'm your child, I love you, God, I love you too, God, I'm your child, I'm your daughter type of love, that fuzzy feeling. But when I heard it last night, it was romantic. I love you. It literally it was almost like, you ever had a dream about your kingdom husband or wife, and in the dream, it's like you can hear your heart beating through your pillow because the love is so deep. You wake up, and as your heart's beating in the dream, and as you're waking up out the prophetic dream, you still hear your heart beating through your pillow because the love is so heavy. The love is so deep. It was like that. It was like when I heard the I love you, it was like my heart started beating like crazy. And then as I went to go lay down, I heard I miss you. And I'm like, oh gosh, this is a word. This is a word for someone. And then today I got the additional details about like the whole someone questioning whether the person still loves them and miss them because of the witchcraft interference that has been blocking them from like feeling each other wholeheartedly or receiving certain things wholeheartedly. So every night, pray for your person and ask God to remove blockages. You have to pray this every night so God can restore your heart, restore things, so you're not deterring away. You know what I mean? So always pray this and cover your partner and pray every night. Things still stand. They miss you so much. They love you so much. And, you know, they pray for you every time. I know it. I know it. I can feel it. I can see it. Like, they pray for you all the time. Like, if you only knew. But you see, when there's witchcraft involved, sometimes you tend to not know, like, if someone loves you, because it's like there's a numbness. When witchcraft is involved, there's a numbness. It's almost like there's a numbness with the connection. It's like you know. But when the witchcraft is not involved, as in like when things are broken and when you fast, that's why it's so important to fast. When you fast, it's like you can feel every single thing again. You know what I mean? So I just want to get some of this confirmation. I love you guys. I'm home, just parking my garage. I love you guys. Bye.